Okay. Okay, we'll see here. Alright. Okay. Oops. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. I'm going to take a moment here and make sure everything's working just exactly right. Long live Corona. Any notification, boys? Oh, hi, notification, boys. What up? We got Jacob, we got Kayan, F1 Boy, Michael Potter's in the house. Hopefully no scrub teammates today. That's the hope every day, but not blooming likely. Divisions, nah, I'm just going to be grinding here. Sub Spaghetti, Satisfied Duckling, hello, Conan. Afternoon, where you are. Let's see here. Put that there. Alright. Looks like we got it all going here. FCA reviews, what up? Tabo, morning. How we all doing? Kind of a goofy time to be alive, but it is what it is. Alright. Let's see, we'll get this thing here. Need some scrub teammates. Yeah, well, that's the problem. I think I got like a defective version of the game where the matchmaking only puts the scrubs on the blue team. Okay, ooh, promotion orders. 4 of them. So actually getting fairly close to the Monarch, so I'm gonna try and hold off on spending any of that green XP here. Hopefully get a review up as soon as I can. No school for you, got canceled. Wisconsin shut down schools until April. Wow. 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't think they've closed the schools here yet. Maybe they have. But I know there's like spring break basically happening right now, so a lot of schools will probably piggyback on that and give the kids either a week before or after that. Still think the Russian DDs are garbage. Yeah, I mean, that's... If you play them as a gunboat, they'll work better. How good they're going to work up and down the line, we'll see. A lot of the PC people that I talk to don't think they're that competitive at the... until the very high tiers, which we don't have yet. So, we'll see. 2 week spring break in Florida. Yeah. What's up, Parker? David Gray's in the house. Hello. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, it sounds like a lot of people are going to get the corona, but hopefully it's not that big of a deal for most people. Labor peasants in the house. It's kind of a bizarre thing though. Like, it's just starting to hit where I live in. Everyone's cleaned out the toilet paper at the grocery store. Like, luckily, I was getting semi low. I probably had like a week or two supply like a week ago. And my sister lives in Seattle, and she said that's the first thing that went over there. So I've just got some extra as my normal stash. But then I've seen people walking around with carts full of toilet paper. It's like, A, this is a respiratory disease, not a, gastrointestinal disease. So I don't know how much shitting you're planning on doing if you have to hang out at home for a while, but got the Izzy Slav. Hey, Fat Guy Gaming. You've had great success with the Russian DDs? Yeah, it's just a lot of people see Destroyer and then they're like, alright, a new opportunity to torp people. It's just really not what you're trying to do with that thing. Let's see, Bayern, Emerald. Let's shoot this thing. So this thing, I think I got it maxed now. Probably got about 60k left. You can see the range is pretty damn good on it. It's not quite as good as the Kutuzov. Torps, I think, are like 4 kilometers or something. Bit of a cold flu. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a bizarre disease because it sounds like a lot of people that's what they get, but then if you're predisposed to having trouble, then obviously it becomes a very serious issue. So all we can really do is hope and pray and
enemy cruiser foundered.
Mankind gets through things. It's not the end of the world. I need help. Yeah, he actually does need help. So they're overloading the typical side. Looks like our team's kind of playing the mid pretty aggressively. Yeah, looks like a loss right off the bat. Okay. So, excuse me. If this guy is concerned about getting shot, what he doesn't want to do is push into 4 ships with minimal protection. These guys are doing God knows what. They're shooting this flank. Tips for the Russian DDs. I mean, I put up the Izzy video, and I kind of laid the groundwork with how I think you're going to want to be playing that. Basically, you just take the torps out of your mind. That's not what you're there to do. If you can get a battleship coming around an island or something, cool, but you want to be shooting the guns basically at max range. See, this guy continues to push in, and then he's bitching about his teammates. Like, why are you advancing? I don't understand the need to push forward constantly. And he's dead. If you're surprised, I'm surprised you're surprised, because I'm not surprised. Alright, so now we don't want to get caught over here by ourselves. This fucking cruiser's doing the same thing. Alright, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 ships over here. 2 of them are relatively high health battleships. I'm in a fucking paper Omaha. What's the best course of action I can take? Let's charge right into him. The fact that he's still alive surprised me. Now he's dead. I mean, I'm fairly impressed that he managed to stay alive for 10 seconds. So, this is kind of what's going on lately. People are throwing games within the first 5 seconds. Just constantly, which is getting a little annoying. Well, what can you do? Alright, see if we can take this guy out. So the AP on this Budione is not quite as devastating as the Kirov. Get it to work. This guy's doing what? Need him to die. Oh. Shit. Come on. There we go. Oh, baby.
Target penetrated.
You're gonna want angled, Chief. It's not working for you.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Broadside beauties. So we are actually might theoretically win this. Said national voices this year. Yeah, I guess I saw them respond to that. They said right now if you'd want the national voices, you can change your nation, but that's not what people are asking for. They want, if I'm playing a Russian ship, I want the Russians, so on and so forth. And yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, that's what they got it set up on World of Tanks. From what I understand, that was kind of a later innovation on that game as well. As long as this guy's not looking at me, we're A-okay to just bomb on him. But we need to kill this flank here so all of the ships are kind of located in one spot here. Looks like that destroyer is going to A, which is beautiful. Don't deviate from that plan. What's up, Bugs? Try the Hipper. I might play a couple other ships. I'm primarily trying to grind this Budione today. I got a few games I can pick for a Budione review, and then ideally I'd like to get to the shores. But inevitably we're going to die early in some games. We'll have to play some other ships while the ship is still reloading. I have this one spec'd out for, I put the IFHE perk back on. We can look at the commanders too. But the tier 4 I put the AP pen thing on slot 3. What's this fucking guy doing? Why is he going the other way? That's what's frustrating. You put in all the work to get these fucking games winnable, and then these guys just throw it. Stick the slow-ass American battleship and put it on the opposite end of the map from where we need it. We're not going to win on points, obviously. Even though we have 2 caps now, we need to kill at least 3 of their ships. I can't solo 4 ships at once. This motherfucker's... Sorry for getting cranky right off the bat. This gentleman or lady needs to tank for me, basically. If they shoot at him, I can kill the rest of the fleet, you know. What's up, Ben? Chiropractor, yeah, I don't... Hey, we got style. Alright, Michael. We'll see ya. I mean, it's... You can only carry so much if your team's just... Now he's turned around, alright. If they're actively throwing the game and conspiring against you, there's very little you can do.
The ship is on fire.
Like, this guy's doing the smart thing and shooting me, but if I can get him to change his focus to the New Mexico, then we got him. Ooh. Took a torp there, nice. Beautiful. Alright. These guys aren't completely brain dead.
Problem solved, sir.
They'll work with secondaries. Yeah, they got options for what they can do with that. A manual control, you can just hold the aim button down for like a second or two, for instance, to activate where you're aiming the secondaries. That's an option. They could just decrease the dispersion a little bit as well. I mean, I don't want them to get superly more powerful than they are, but right now they're just not worth really anything. Now this guy, he's tanking, but he's getting a little aggressive about it. But so now we'll actually flip the score. If the ship count stays the same, just due to the 2 caps advantage. This guy looks like he might be shooting me. Yep. Good shot. Selection, at least. And the destroyer is going to nuke the other battleship, it looks like. Might not be a bad play. If the enemy loses this is just... I think we actually got these guys, which is remarkable. Nice. If this guy would angle and not just get one shot, this would be in the bag. But he is, he's landing his shots, which is a nice change of pace. If the DD wants to get on the cap too, that's fine. See, I love this battleship. Aside from freaking me out a little bit earlier, it's actually been doing pretty good. Whoops. Last shot was a little... And their guy's shooting at me, which is what they want to do. Budione... I was going to say as I die. You can actually kind of angle. Probably not against New Mexico, but... A lot of the kind of lower caliber battleships, if you point right at them. There we go. And this guy's actually low enough that we can go try and kill him. I'm just worried about this guy getting killed. Looks like he's shooting his guns now. He is smoked though. With the Kutuzov, yeah, 19.7. I don't doubt it. I mean, I still got room on Kuznetsov to improve. You get range every time you level him up. Fuck yeah, nice game, guys. Oh, we got Heck in the house. 5 a.m. Just woke up, sipping coffee and watching. Welcome. Yeah, there's ways to do the secondaries. That was actually a pretty damn good game. I'll save that one just in case, but I think I got a couple other good ones we can do a review of. Digging the Indianapolis slightly. It's, I mean, the thing, I trash it, but I run a light cruiser build on it. Someday I'm going to put points on Einstein. I think if you do a really hardcore AP pen on the thing, the AP, if you can get it to penetrate, is solid, but it's not as good long range as the Baltimore. Nice carry. We did a lot there. That was, I'm not going to not take any credit, but the New Mexico tanking allowed me to kind of support that final drive. You'll love the shores. Yeah, I've been hearing some good things. Got Paul, what up? What's up, Gabrielson? Doing pretty good. Hope everyone's staying healthy. Let's see what I got left on this thing here. 45, so... I mean, if we score 9K a game, which isn't going to happen, but we can shoot for 5K. I got the triple star booster on, you can see here, so... rather than spend the green XP. But let's take a look at the build here. Oops. So the base trait, every time you level it up, you're getting more range. And so I'm shooting for 14 on this. To get higher, you need to put 8 points into it. Right here, or insignias. To get to 14, you need 1. And so I think 14 is a good level to shoot for most of your commanders until we get later in the game, like down the road. But yeah, tier 4 I put this on here. Tier 5 I put this back on. And then I've heard some people say they like this. I haven't tried it. I'll probably try it at some point, but I do like the fire starting chance. And then extra range, 10% here. Got Mark Charles, Matthew, Ava. Radar at tier 5. Yeah, we didn't have a chance to use that there, but that catches people off guard quite a bit. A lot of people don't know that this... And you do have to change it, I'll show you. I think the base is plain. And so if you go to this screen and click on here, put the radar on. It's not the best range, obviously 8.1, and it's short duration, 15 seconds, but I've gotten in the late games where destroyers were causing havoc, and you pop that thing, and they didn't expect to get spotted, so... Yeah, that's definitely how I'd set that up. We got Rocketfish, what's up? Saving your XP for one of the premium ships. Yeah, that's the 750 is kind of an end game thing for people that have pretty much the tech tree unlocked. But of course, you can, if you save up the green XP, you'll get them over time. You got enough to put them to 16 too. I didn't see who you're talking about, but in general, I mean, if you're talking about Kuznetsov, it depends on your priorities. Like for me, I like to play every line in the game, and so I gotta spread my promotion orders and insignias out quite a bit. If you're only gonna play Russian cruisers, then by all means level them all the way up. Or if you're only gonna play cruisers, then level all those cruiser commanders up. But for me, if you're trying to efficiently rank a bunch of commanders up over the entire, all the nations and classes of the game, 14 is a good sweet spot. I mean, 11 is a good milestone. You get 2 inspirations. I think it's 68 promotion orders to get there. And then to get up to 14, you need 150, I believe. Something like that. And then an insignia. So, it gets expensive, but to get 2 more levels of range, which would be 0.6%, you know, decent, but not a lot. That's going to cost me 7 additional insignias. Is that worth it? And then 1% more accuracy. Is that worth it to me, or could I get 6 other lines up to 14? I'd rather do that. So that's my view. Chop I have Raiders incredible. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about the. I think from tier 4 on up, all these cruisers should be pretty good. Turpits or Monarch? Well, I don't have the Monarch yet, so I can't speak to that. Turpits is pretty good, though. Country went from corona free to a complete mess within 3 weeks. Yeah, that's the problem is with these diseases. If you can walk around with them for a while before you know you're sick, or a lot of people, it sounds like that even if they are infected, they don't really get sick or show symptoms. So in those cases, you're kind of spreading it a lot. You got the Monarch, and you think it's all right? I've heard some pretty good things.
Battle starts.
I mean, as soon as I get the XP to unlock it, which should be in the next week or two, then I'll try it out, figure out how it runs, and then get a review up as soon as I can. So if we're not in a huge rush, I'll let you know my thoughts going forward here pretty quick. Tier 4 Russian cruiser is great. Yeah, it's pretty solid. That one I would spec out for AP. Because those 180s at tier 4 are just devastating. I mean, those of you that watched my video the other day saw you could do a lot of damage even to battleships with those guns. Do I do replays from subscribers? I used to try and get average games from them so we could point out things to improve, but people kept wanting to send me their 9 kill, 400k damage games, which kind of defeated the purpose. Maybe at some point we'll do some other replay type of things, but for me, I got way more footage saved than I could ever make videos out of. What's up, Cullen? So this map, I don't know if anyone's really figured out how to play it. This B always seems like nobody really goes for it. Yeah, we're not getting any shots. Bismarck and Tirpitz are the best ships in World of Warships Legends. That's debatable. Need more American battleships? Yeah, there'll probably be a few more coming. I think at some point they'll just add another tier too, like a tier 8. Alright. Gotta get in the game here. Fortunately, this guy's just conceding B for whatever reason. Now we can potentially radar this Fiji. Oh. Fuck. Kill this thing. By turning here, we might get shot by the Fiji. You just gotta keep that in mind. Let's see if we can get this guy down. There's only one destroyer per team. I mean, the Russian destroyers aren't the typical destroyer role.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Good God, hit a shot, will you? Like, right here, as soon as I get spotted, we might get deleted, but I'd like to get this thing out of here. Even though he's not a major torp threat, he is a spotter. Do it. Ugh. Alright, he's on fire. He should have no damage con, so. We'll go ahead and pick up the XP while we're here.
Much obliged. Capture that area.
Pensacola died, so I'm assuming we're getting spotted by the Fiji. There he is. I don't know why I didn't shoot. Could have reset. Hot Hawk next to Cruiser Killer. That thing's, yeah, that's that's probably the one Soviet destroyer I'd say. Gurin's the best choice. So the AP absolutely shreds on that thing. Nice fucking driving, dude. The Jean Bart. Well, the thing is, it looks really flat broadside a lot when it's angled, especially at range. You gotta be checking your map on the Jean Bart to make sure what you think you're shooting at is what it actually is. I don't know if you want to call them optical illusions or what, but how the ship appears on your screen, what you want to do is compare it to the map. Like, take a look at that Fiji, his last known spot. Let's say we were seeing them there. That we can confirm that's a broadside by looking on the map. Whereas sometimes on the screen they'll look more broadside than they really are. Oh shit. See, when I was ragging on the guy for pushing into 4 guys last game, that's what we're doing now. Fuck. Yeah, that one obviously didn't go too well. It's just, when you got 5 guys guarding the 1 cap you already have, it's... And this cruiser over here is isolated. We actually could capture this. Should be a little funny. Alright. Now we're just gonna get out of here, and we got this King George close.
All forces, capture that area. Many thanks.
Wonder how long this smoke's available for. The problem is this plane that's flying around is spotting us. I think he's gonna cycle back and re-spot us, but... This guy's going away. "20 seconds isn't really much to work with." Now he can yell at me for my bad driving. Alright, so here... Oops. This will be a nice spot as long as we can hold it, but if we get spotted, these guys should all be able to bomb on me. Ah, the guidey died. What a fucking surprise.
Much obliged. All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Torpedoes astern.
Alright. I mean, despite the suspect decision making, we're not actually completely beaten yet. That Fuso should be able to kill me. Oh, he's shooting HE. Well, even with the wrong shell. Fuck. In these situations, you just kind of have to hope your team deals with them one at a time. If everyone shoots the same target, you might be able to get away with it. Thank God these guys can't aim. If I was shooting at me, I'd be dead. That one might be a kill shot. Getting closer. I think if... Oof. If we can get rid of one of these battleships... Fuck. Oh, man. Well, I don't know. Polish Station doesn't have a lot of ships. Well, I don't think they actually did have a lot of ships. I think what will end up happening is they'll have like a pan-European nation and then put the Polish group in that. Italian should be next. That's possible. Hey, Battlestar, what's up? T-Man. But yeah, I think on the PC, I don't think there's more than one or two. I think there might be two Polish ships. So we're not. It's very unlikely we'd get a full line that's not in the PC game first. Wow. Oh. What is this guy doing? Oh my god. Counting on teammates, yeah, that's... Look at this fucking guy. Let's see, if they flip B, we almost for sure lose, right? So, should we just sit here doing nothing, or should we try and stop them from getting it? And then the Belfast pops up, and he decides to go the opposite direction. So now we have to kill all of them. That was a very winnable game, especially if we would have held B. But I have no confidence in that Fuso. What the fuck are you trying to do? Best commander for Russian DDs. I'm gonna go with let's take a look at him while my team throws that one. Yeah, that's what I've been dealing with all week, man. Trying to grind this line has been very frustrating. So basically, you have an option between Gurren. You can run a torpedo. He's kind of the classic torpedo commander, or you can set him up for AP like I do. I still think you got to run him as gunboats, but I suspect, without playing the higher tier ships yet, what I've looked at them, I think the HE is going to be the preferred shell. This one's more of an HE build and more of a gun focus. So you cut down the reload here. Torp detectability is always nice. Rudder shift hurts. That's the one thing I don't like about this, but because again, you're going to be spotted, you're going to be shooting, you're going to be trying to dodge, so cutting down that rudder shift might hurt, but you can counter that by putting in the steering gears mod instead of the prop mod. Here we're just increasing the damage. Looks like max it'll be a 10% increase in damage. Detectability, again, we're going to be detected the whole time, so who gives a shit. Traverse speed, the Grammy, the Hockneck, very slow traverse. The tier 3's traverse is good. Can't recall the tier 4, but I suspect the traverse is going to be an issue. Here you can put a HE focus on if you want. The problem with this is if you cut down the HE damage, fighting other destroyers, they're going to have a big advantage because you're going to be doing 30% less damage to them. That's mainly when you're going to be getting your HE damage. You know, you'll get some on cruisers, you'll get some on battleships, but destroyers, you kind of need it to count. But if you're going to be shooting a lot of battleships long range, then you get looks like a 8% boost maxed, which is kind of hard to do, but 6% is reasonable. And you can increase the range by another, looks like 4 or 5%. What's up, Lee? So, and then these are kind of a wash. Actually, Gurren has a incoming dispersion perk here, which is actually useful. This one's not really that big of a deal. So, I think you're going to have success with both. But I've made the decision to go with troops. Oh, defeat. What a fucking shock. And we didn't even do... I can't talk too much shit, because this guy was alive later than me. This guy... Now, we were relying on the Fuso and the Fiji, which actually didn't die. Not a great game. But one that was winnable. Do I think they'll add something like clan battles? I think so. I think they've talked about that. Had better luck with the Kirov. Yeah, it sounded like you weren't liking the ship. It's pretty good though, man, if you give it time. Again, you just want to get that AP pen perk if you're running Kuznetsov. because that, you know, most of those guns I think are 150s or something like that at tier 4, and if you get 180s on that cruiser, they're pretty devastating. What's the Fubuki max range for torps? I don't know. I'd never done. It's a 10-kilometer range. How much you can boost that through Tanaka? I think it's perk slot 3. You can increase the range if you want. I don't know what it actually goes up to, but 10 kilometers is plenty. Alright, so this flank depends on if this guy's going to spot or not. If he does, we can use this island right here. If he doesn't, me and Omaha are going to have a hard time stopping any sort of push. Looks like he's deciding to fuck off. Yep, great job. Go fuck yourself. Uninstall. Have I seen Midway? No. I don't typically see movies in theaters, but I'll probably check it out at some point. Yeah, sometimes just taking a break if you're getting bad teammates, or because the problem is the more angry you get, the worse you're going to play. So it can kind of spiral out of control. God, I hate these fucking destroyer players. So this is kind of bizarre that we actually have 2 battleships playing the middle. I guess at this point we just have to abandon the side. Our team's kind of flipping what typically happens here a little bit. Normally the south overloads the west and the north overloads the east, but this is not sustainable. If there's a battleship here, I can't really reliably deal with them. Double fire. And he didn't damage con it. That's a lot of people damage con 1 fire, which is usually a mistake, but not damage conning 2. That's a bit problematic. See if we can punish him a little bit. Engine's busted. See those little sparks coming out of the smokestacks? Their engine's down. They're usually not going to be able to move very well. Put the radar away? Nah. Radar at tier 5 is pretty damn solid. We'll get some opportunities to demonstrate it. It's just, a lot of these destroyers will never suspect that they can get radared. V-170s. Fail platoon, okay. That's a hard ship to hit. Oh, come on. Looks like he's going down either way.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Alright, we'll steal that kill. Oh, shit. 100% sure what shot at us. I don't think the New York could lob over that island. Oops. That should be... I was aimed at the Warspite, but we were locked on the New York, so we'll see how... Even though we're... It's trying to shoot at the New York when you're locked onto it. The game just basically reads it as a really bad shot. Fuck, we're gonna die. Let's see if I can just stop shooting, but I think we're gonna... I think we're in range of these ships. Can we do some more Kutuzov gameplay? Yeah. Whenever we get deleted early. I'm primarily just trying to grind the Budione. Get to the shores, but... Inevitably we'll die early in some games, and then we'll bust out the Kutuzov or some other ships. I think all our fires have been on the Warspite. But yeah, the Russian cruisers are going to change the calculus on those accuracy builds, the relative worth. And we'll see if the brawling type builds become the new king. These fucking guys cannot stay alive. Kind of the one downside of cruisers is it takes a while to do the damage. And if your team just kills themselves, then it's going to be an issue. Three fires in one solo. Yeah, it's possible. You don't see that happen too often, but it's pretty nice when it happens. God, these fucking guys. Look at these. Just gotta take them one ship at a time here. I think he's beached, so even if he drops spot, we should be able to hit him. Fuck is this guy doing? Holy shit. Fucking blew the gun off. Yeah, I can see those angled shots. Not all that effective. That one's gonna hurt. Yep. What with the brawler builds? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the ship. Like, I think British battleships, for instance, have a higher fire starting chance on their own ship, that is. You know, American battleships have really big superstructures. I might just rip on my teammates after we die the entire stream. Like, he's probably sitting there like, alright, I'm the last one alive again. I'm doing really well. Good luck dealing with 4 ships, 5 ships. What's up, Mustang? How you doing? Got Citadel to take a drink. Yeah, exactly, bugs. It's been happening a lot this week. I don't know what it is. I think maybe when there's new lines out, people try and play the ships very rapidly. They think they're going to get more XP by doing that. So they kind of play recklessly. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's just potato season. I don't know. Oh my god. I mean, this half potato, this 2/3. So we got over half the players playing below average. What's up, Adrian? Chop Av strong? Yeah, it's... How do you change control buttons? Well, you can go to preset. There's different presets. Like, I use controller preset 3. That's how you get the gun lock. I think the game starts you with 5, maybe. Or maybe they changed it to 1. But I would go with 3. Brawler builds are weak. Well, I mean, the brawler build you're cutting down. Let's take a look at accuracy commander, for instance. Just by the fact that you're... So this one right here, this is kind of the hallmark of the accuracy build, but you can see the risk of catching fire is 13% additional. That's huge. I mean, that's... And if you got a ship like the Kutuzov or any of these HE spamming type ships, once the American lights come out, they're going to be the same thing. You know, a lot of HE flying around. So you're going to be starting fire a lot. And then here you got cut down on rudder shift. I don't think dispersion's as beneficial. I think if you're going to go for the accuracy build, this is the main one you need. But you can mitigate that by focusing on your damage con here. There's, of course, well, shear off the top of my head. You can reduce the fire chance. Looks like a fair amount. Probably get it down to about 5% or so without putting too many points in them. 4% maybe. So that would reduce it. You could put that one on there. This one reduces fire damage. Fire damage is all healable though, so as a battleship you should have the heals. That one doesn't seem as good. I can maybe play the Bismarck later once we die early. Like I said, I'm going to grind the Budione primarily. Inevitably someone's going to shoot me right off the bat of the game, and then we're going to have to wait for 10 minutes. So in that case I'll try some other ships. Dare me to run a secondary Bismarck build? Yeah, I was trying that a couple weeks ago and it still sucks, so... There's no point in running it. It's just a dog shit. I mean, 1 out of 20 games you might have an effective secondary game. Togo cuts down the consumable reload. Yeah, that's not bad. So, I mean, there's ways to mitigate some of those penalties. Jellicoe, you can add the heal, duration. Takagi, you can get additional damage that previously wouldn't have been healable to be healed. So, a lot of people, myself included, usually spec their ships inspirations and stuff just for the pure offense, but as the meta kind of changes and the fire threat increases, we might have to start focusing more on defensive capabilities and trying to figure out how to counter some of that. Slap the campaign ship around. No, that's the thing. Yeah, but you're probably playing a little bit better. I mean, we'll play the Kutuzov too here at some point. That's just the bane of the existence of those guys that sit in the back buffing their Dewey the entire time. The Kutuzov is the hard counter to those players. Oops. Get the HE going here. Actually, we might have a... If you can kill that Algerie, that'd be nice. Algerie is one where it takes a while to do the damage, but over a 10 to 15 minute game, it can be quite effective. Ah. Definitely like Bismarck to be stronger. Yeah, I agree. I mean, right now it's just the worst. One of the worst ships at the tier. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's just the basic fact of the matter. Alright, so these guys are... They're all overloaded there. You can get mad at me for banning that flank, but I'd rather play in the center on this map. The side with all the islands is much more valuable in terms of strategic importance, because you can actually disengage, whereas this side over here is all open water. Let's just say you win this west side, tried to push east. The eastern side is going to have the advantage, just because they can use cover more. This guy's obviously got a hard-on for killing me, but if I can kill this guy, otherwise this battleship's for sure dead.
Problem solved, sir.
Fuck.
The ship is on fire.
That sucks. Got a beach Fuso. I'm not going to be able to stop, unfortunately. But if we could have stopped it 3 or 4 seconds earlier, we could use this ridge and shoot over that. It really sucks when you slow down to dodge and they still hit you. It's like... The problem with trying to dodge shots is you can only dodge what a good shot would be. Alright, so this is looking pretty rough again. If that destroyer's right here, which it probably... Oh, that's my destroyer smoke. Is it? You might have shot long-range torps. That actually could have been a long-range Takagi. Or Tanaka. Well, the entire team wants to shoot me. Do I have the British battleship Monarch yet? No, not quite yet. I'm pretty close to it though, so we should be able to get some information up on that one shortly. Let's see if those torps land here. Looks like they're actually pretty good. Nice salvo. Okay. So we're gonna assume he burned his damage con. Japanese battleships have a pretty quick cooldown. If we get fires going, that's fatal to him at that point. Doesn't look like he's long for the world, as is. Alright, now he's burning. Alright, so our team's gonna kill our first ship. John Bart's good enough to 1v1 a Yamato. Yeah, if you play it properly. It's a damn good ship. I mean, it's a tier 9 on PC like the IO is. So this should be pretty short. We're all clumped up into a ball here. They got great map coverage. And we're already pushed back pretty far, so... Horrible play by the Akatsuki. I don't know why he's doing that. This late in the game with that many ship advantage, you should not ever be getting spotted. Nice. If they're gonna throw their destroyers away, we do have a slight chance still. Fuck. I just gotta hope my team can deal with that Gaidi, because it's gonna be really hard to get the guns turned around here with this guy just sitting there. Eventually we can radar this thing if we can get that King George dealt with. Dealt with?
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Gonna have to repair that steering gear, unfortunately.
Problem solved, sir.
That Maz is actually in the base. Let's see if they can shoot him.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Should get him if we hit him. Nice. Algeri's low, we gotta keep an eye on when we get a shot there. That might kill us, fuck. God, I keep running into these fucking teammates.
Ship is on fire. Contact fire on the designated target.
Nice, King George is down. Shit, I only had 8 seconds on that fire left. Might have cost me the game.
Problem solved, sir.
Fuck. Alright. So now what we kind of need to do is push out of this. We've got to get our backs off of the wall. Damn it. That's why you don't damage Khan an 8-second fire. Oh, well, we tried. 8.1, yeah. It doesn't have the best range, but I mean, there's no radar at tier 5. Atlanta's 8.5, I think Kutuzov's 8.5. So it's not massively smaller than those ranges. World of Warships, yeah. That's kind of on me to keep an eye on the map and make sure I'm not hitting people like that, but... So here's what you gotta realize. We got a battleship, they only have cruisers. So these guys need to kill the Gaidi. Unfortunately, they're trying to torp him or do whatever the fuck they're trying to do. So that's another one that could have been a win that our team's just... What do you name, like tier 5 ranked? Interesting. Yeah, it's a strong ship to play in ranked. I think this is probably the best tier 5 battle or cruiser. Alright, let me take this chew out quick. I'll be right back. That's not the friendliest cruiser map. I can play this while we're waiting. Belfast 8.4. Yeah, so I mean, that's... If you're comparing it to the Baltimore or the Indy is about 10. You know, it's a lot shorter than those, but comparing it to, you know, a lot of the other cruisers, it's pretty good radar. Gotta pull over and get the dude's info. Just in general, you should never be that close to people on your own team. But they were obviously pushing us way back. Now, if I was in like a battleship or something, I would not be pushed back like that. And hopefully, you know, give our team some room to work with. But like the Fuso that was playing back there, you know, if your battleships are way, way, way back, then you can't be frontlining with the cruisers. You just have to bite the bullet. I guess we can try playing over here this time, see if it goes a little bit better. Rank sucks. Yeah, it was too long this time. I don't have enough patience to... Oh, you need help, huh? You definitely seem challenged. So here, if you're looking at the beginning of the map, look where our ships are lying. They're basically at the tip of the circle on our side. So we can assume that their ship's over there, roughly at the tip there. So, and then we can see we didn't have to move forward, because now that they're getting spotted, our belief is confirmed. And they're just basically right where we thought they were. Pop that up. So that says 14.2 in yellow. His range is 15.9, so we can tell he's moving forward. Even though he's not charging forward enough to really show some of the telltale signs on the screen. If you have the torps, you can check. Oh, shit. I thought I was going to get one more puff out of that. So again, 15.7 base, and now he's 14.8, 14.9, so he's slowing down. He's trying to begin backing up, so there's a lot of clues to be gained from that torp indicator. $15K already. This thing is such a fucking beast. I wish I had more time to play the ship this week, because it is so damn good. But yeah, instead of aiming down here if he's coming forward, now we're just kind of aiming top of the superstructure. That should be dropping him right in the meaty part of that superstructure there. Like Alabama, if he wants to choose a good target. How about this New Orleans here or something like that? The reason this ship is so much good, or so good, and why it changes kind of the meta a little bit is because these ships, the battleships, can't just sit here nose in the entire game and get away with it anymore. So here we're getting fire damage, and we're getting, you know, anywhere from 2 to 5k every salvo. Why is my team overloading that side of the map? Look at that battleship in the north, just surrounded. Double fire on the Iowa. Burn in hell. Corona kicking in. There's a decent chance I have it, but I kind of had a cold that's been lingering for the last week or so. So I'll have like 1 or 2 coughing fits a day. I don't think that's coronavirus, but you never know. Alright. Looks like the Iowa damage con.
Roger.
Guess we can help with this thing.
Thank you.
Oh, alright. So, looking on the map, I mean, what I'm trying to do is keep these ships basically at my max range as best as possible.
Much obliged.
Got a minute left on the smoke, so if it gets a little hot, we're gonna have to stop shooting. Tank builds are going to become a lot more popular, exactly. Yeah, I think these Russian cruisers are kind of
The ship is on fire.
pretty big impetus in terms of changing what's going on. So, they're, excuse me, they're a damage con fire, but it's because we weren't spotted anyways.
Solved, sir.
And I'm kind of just waiting for that smoke. Ah, there's my water. Once we get that smoke up, then the Scharnhorst is dead. Alright. It's possible we're the ones spotting them, though. Should be a disaster.
Smoke screen set. All stations, protect that target.
There's another torp indicator. We can just... God damn it. Yeah, I'll get rid of this guy instead, I guess. That is kind of one drawback of these smoke cruisers is if your team's unwilling or unable to spot, it's an issue. Breathe. Yeah. Nice. Good Eisenhower torped him. Yeah, we... The Scharnhorst should very likely be dead had we kept him spotted. God damn it, guys.
All stations, protect that target.
Yeah, how are you going to protect me? You're behind an island.
All forces, provide cover for that target.
A lot of Scharnhorst in this game.
I owe you one.
Yeah, the accuracy on this is nuts. I mean, I do have Norman Scott. I got Kuznetsov spec'd out for accuracy, but... That's why this thing is such a menace to destroyers, even at range. So if you start with the assumption that you can aim, then these shells actually go exactly where you want them to go. That's a tight grouping. Alabama's getting his ass kicked somehow. Would I go for a free test? I don't know if those exist in America. Maybe I'll have to. By thunder! Why don't you fucking do something instead of complaining?
Concentrate all efforts on
Protect the base, huh? In this guy's mind, I think he wants to cap. Which is remarkably deranged. No, now he's wising up. Just kind of waiting for my guns to swing around here. We're actually almost unspotted. I turned. As soon as I dropped spot, I turned, and then... Of course, there's already a salvo in the air, which is completely retarded. We're dead. That last turn just completely screwed me. So here, if you want to think about target selection here, killing the cruisers is better. But I'm like, alright, we got one cruiser on our team. Belfast. I mean, he's going to have a better chance dealing with cruisers than this Scharnhorst.
smoke generator. The ship is on fire.
We'll see if he's actually close enough to spot or not.
Problem solved, sir.
Back up.
Smoke screen set.
4.5. Might as well shoot these other cruisers, get some resets. Oh, never mind. I think our smoke detection when firing is about 5.5 or 6 even. It's pretty high compared to the Brits. Yeah, 7. Well, no, it's something else is spotting us. It's not 7.3. Alright, we'll take the high caliber in a game our team died in. China's now blaming the US. Who knows what happened? Could have been a biological attack, but I think it was just sloppy play by the Chinese. The problem with that government is you can't trust them at all. They're just full of shit. So it makes dealing with... I mean, this situation, had they not been in cover-up mode for the first month or whatever, it would have been about as impactful as SARS, but now everyone on planet Earth is going to have to get this disease. Hold your breath for 10 seconds if you have a coughing fit or pain, you probably have it. Let's give it a whirl. The problem is I'm kind of in the middle of a coughing fit. Not a lot of pain, no coughing fit. I don't think I have it yet. I don't know. Maybe you guys disagree with me that are watching, but I don't feel like I'm losing these games. But yeah, I mean, 126, and that wasn't that good of a game. I mean, we wasted that second smoke, essentially. That could have been another 30, 40k easily. Jesus. I mean, if we're getting more XP than half their team... Look at these fucking scores, man. I thought you get 250 just for loading in. Does anyone know how many points you get just for hitting load? I'm not going to say I never get shot and killed right off the bat of the match, because it does happen, but... The last time I got 200 points, I could not tell you. Alright, how are we doing on this thing? See, if I didn't have the Monarch available, I'd just boost this. Yeah, we got another great turnout again. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Appreciate that very much. I don't think we had any new members to shout out. I should have checked that. If you are interested in becoming a member, there's a link in the description. It's kind of a monthly donation of either $2 or $5, I think. That goes quite a long ways to supporting the channel, so thank you very much to all the people with the members. They're the green lettered names with the pictures. The longest members now, the pictures switched over to Gurren. That's after 6 months. So like Stylo, for instance, has been a member for 6 months. Which is... What the fuck is this?
General quarters.
Is this Neighbors Weekend or what's going on here?
Capture that area.
It's like the worst map for these cruisers. Oh god, alright. I'll go over here and try and support this guy. We might get to see the radar in action here. Smack that like button. Yes, thank you. Great advice. Batman's in the house. What up? Mark Charles, great content. Thank you very much. He's another long-term member. But whether you want to be a member or you can afford to be or whatever, it's not that, you know, that's kind of a bonus way to support, but just tuning in to the videos, to the streams, you know, that's the main thing that helps the channel out. So, and I know a good chunk of my viewers check out most, if not all, the videos, check out as many streams as they can, and that's just absolutely awesome. You know, it's doing all this stuff takes a lot of work and a lot of time, but as long as people seem to be enjoying it, it becomes worth it. So, thank you, everyone. This guy, if he was smart, would kill me here. I gotta kind of stay broadside to get around this island. Alright, Budione. So here we got a DD in here. This guy's unfortunately fleeing. I would really like him to shoot this DD once we radar him. What you want to do is check the back distance to the cap. So we got 9.5 here. Now if he's sitting right on there, we're not going to be able to radar him. A lot of times destroyers aren't going to do that though. What the fuck are you doing? Alright, so now he's fucked. He thinks he's smoking up. Pop the radar. Now he just shit his pants. I'm trying to decide, should I get that back turret on? Looks like we kind of have to due to the torps. Oh, we're dead. But these are divisions. The radar ships become a lot stronger because your team can actually shoot at the ships you're radaring. Oof. The fucking randos usually aren't gonna radar or shoot your radared ships. But even if we die here, I think that's a fair trade. Just getting rid of half their destroyers like that, saving the cap. I don't want to die, but we're probably going to die here. But in terms of throwing away your life, that's a decent play to do it on. See if we can poach his smoke. German smoke isn't that great. It's already going down. So if this queen can die, then we can maybe get out of this. Nah, we're dead. Everyone's shooting me today. But, you know, we did our damage. We killed the destroyer. Saved the cap. Could maybe kill this Bootioni here. Shit. No. You hate the map. I mean, I like the map. It's not a good Russian cruiser map. The cruisers, it's a good open water cruiser map, like a French cruiser, Japanese cruiser, American cruisers, and I mean the Kutuzov's alright because you got the smokes. The British cruisers are alright because you have the smokes, but these ones that really can't defend themselves without islands it's a bit problematic. Especially with the flat firing arcs in these. Some of these islands are a little hard to utilize. Oh, God. Are we going to lose this one, too? Neighbors blows. It's a really fun battleship map. Because you can get centrally located and hit every single ship on the map. Alright, everyone's whining for the Turpits, or... Maybe not everyone, but I haven't played that one for a while. Let's take it out. So we only need 28 more green XP. I wonder how much it costs to convert. How do you actually convert the XP? I'm just checking out of curiosity. So it's only like 1,000 doubloons. That's interesting. Torpedo beats. Yeah, that was close. I didn't think I was going to get around that one. What's up, Josh? Congrats for 7,000 subs. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we should be congratulating everyone that subbed. I mean, that's... You guys did all the work there. This look like the scores from your teams. If you can get a game where everyone on your team is 1,000 or more XP, then you're almost always going to win that game. But for some reason lately, half the team's getting like 400 or 500 in like high tier games. I don't know how that's possible. Alright. Fletcher Akatsuki. Megami Martel.
Battle starts.
Got here, Baltimore. Let's give it a whirl, see what happens. You're in this one? Oh yeah, there he is in the Martel. Why is this guy just sitting here? Let's see if we can jumpstart his engine. Oh, he's a real cocksucker. Alright, so we're getting spotted because this Kagero is just sitting back doing nothing. These guys are already clumping up into a singularity.
Hi, Thunder.
So I'd already put our chances at about a third. It's not looking good. Come on. Ooh, baby. Ah. I'm a beast. I mean, I acknowledge that I'm an above average player, that's fine. So, I mean, that's part of the problem is it's the better you get at this game, the more frustrating like the average players are going to be. So that's just kind of the fact of the matter. Unfortunately, I'm kind of trapped here broadside of this. We're going to have to deploy that plane to look for Torbs. The Akatsuki's the destroyer I'm afraid of, the Fletcher or whatever it is. This guy needs... Where's our Baltimore? Oh, he's sitting in the middle doing nothing.
The ship is on fire.
Fuck. I could have gotten away with just eating one of those.
Taking on water quickly.
Yeah. So, in this instance, we just have to get out of here. That Akatsuki's gonna bomb on us.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Roger.
Come on. But they're not really pushing this flank, so it's not like we're necessarily conceding it. He gone!
Enemy cruiser destroyed. Off to a great
Alright, look out, Stylo. Celiac's name today. Why am I...
The ship is on fire.
Man. So here's a good instance. Like, that on the screen looks pretty broadside, but if you look at the map, he's almost pointed directly at us. So the Jean Bart's got kind of a weird optical illusion type of thing. I just hear people saying a lot, like, it looked like it's broadside and it did no damage. Nah. This game's not going to last long, but at least we killed the Mogami. Like, here's our fucking radar cruiser. The destroyer down there is dead. Like, know your role. My god, what the fuck are you doing, man? It makes no sense to me. Like, in their mind, they're like, okay, I got a good idea, you know? I seriously doubt they're just sitting there like, I really fucking suck at this. What's up, Stefan? So when he loses 100k credits, I'm not gonna feel bad for him. That one's actually... The problem is to hit that, I gotta take a broadside from the Jean Bart. But... Now that the destroyer threat is gone here, we could move into these ships a little bit. So if this guy's going to use the island to block my shot towards him, that's fine. He shouldn't be able to shoot back at me at that... Fuck. See if we can hit those guns. Took one torp. So we got 5 heals, so Like, trying to stay alive long enough to use them is kind of what you gotta be thinking about.
All stations requesting fire on the designated
I
target.
look at where this fucking guy is going, man. He is really pissing me off. Ah, there's half your firepower.
The ship is on fire.
See what this guy's doing. Alright, he's dead. Oh.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Doing alright though, we just need to play this slowly here.
All stations concentrate fire on the target.
Oof. Nah. Not gonna get another heal off, unfortunately. I'm just in awe of that Baltimore. There we go. Guess we got a parting shot off at the guy. I mean, if you look at the score in terms of ships, you should be thinking like, okay, we got this, but their team is surrounding our team, who's covering this horrible, worthless position.
Thank you.
I don't know, 3-ship lead, they could hopefully muscle through this. But like the radar cruiser mentality, it's like playing a USN destroyer. What is your job, especially in a map like that where we're not playing domination, we can't cover caps. Like if they have 2 destroyers, one of them's dead, go towards the other one. A huge portion of the, you know, the strength of those radar cruisers is the radar, so put yourself into a position where you can actually use it. But yeah, we weren't able to get in any brawls there, unfortunately. But you can see even at long range, the Tirpitz isn't nearly as inaccurate as the Bismarck. Yeah, let's try this one again. You're saying the ship you shot at was broadside? It's possible. I mean, there's dice rolls involved in the shooting mechanics, so you could have, I don't know where you hit on the ship or what the range was. Seems like it doesn't suffer as much from a brawler build. That's possible. We just don't have access. What the fuck is going on here? 80% of the time we're in neighbors today. Now, we don't have access to a lot of the stats. Like the armor view would be massively helpful in terms of figuring out how to shoot ships and how to defend yourself. Some of those accuracy stats and stuff like that, we just don't have access to them. We can look at the PC data and hope that it's similar or the same, but you never know. Alright, here they got 1 Mayhem. So domination with a low destroyer count is always kind of interesting. That kind of plays with gets you to start using colorful language, yeah.
Teammate, I need your support. I owe you one.
I mean, I'm trying to just adopt a mentality of like, sit back and smile and wonder.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
But it does get frustrating. Am I on Xbox? No, PS4.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
So I'm more inclined to support this guy, our one destroyer. Why? What the fuck is it? Why are we all in the same square kilometer? Not even. This is like. Alright. It's just one of the features of this game is dealing with people that don't know what they're doing. Oh, don't do it. No! The Nelson, I don't know. I think we should burn him down on this ship. Yeah, the Nelson's got like deck armor that if you have the IFHE perk on it, you can absolutely just destroy this. Let's see if we can get some decent shots here. Yeah, we got 3k there. But look at the pens to shatters ratio on this ship. 4 to 1. These type of ships, like the Mutsu's another one. Should be getting a lot of damage on these. If we can actually hit them. Yeah, compare this to the Kutuzov. It's definitely not as accurate. Yeah, it's not bad though. Ah. Want to AP these guys.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Fuck. Took my eye off the screen for a second. So if we had AP loaded and we were angled in, this would be a pretty quick fight.
The ship is on fire.
Oh. Now we got problems.
Requesting support.
Luckily the Dunkirk's not looking at us. So we can block that Budione's shot, and then this guy's not looking at us, so we can stop here, try and use this ridge if possible, but if not, we can just straight up shoot this guy. Try and keep this battleship alive over here. Alright. I think that Dunkirk's on fire or flooded, so he should be dead. Why are you... Alright, destroyers. You don't have to shoot your guns. If the ships are shooting back at you, stop shooting your guns and get away from them. Alright, this guy's trying to cap. Let's get him dead. But Nelson did heal a lot of that damage, you can see. but it is a fun one to shoot at. So here, if I shoot at this guy, he's for sure going to notice me. I want to kill this guy or at least reset him first. Hopefully that'll take care of him. There we go. Damn it, I keep turning too quickly today. Fuck. Here we're gonna cancel the turn. I gotta wait till this guy shoots before we try and... Alright, he's shooting HE, which isn't as big of an issue. I think the torp range is like 4 kilometers on these, so... You gotta be really close. Man, that's a lot of firepower on our side.
Main turret critically damaged. Problem solved, sir.
Swear to God, man, our win rate's gonna go down like 3 points today.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
But if we can kill the destroyer before we die, that would be ideal. Fuck.
The ship is on fire.
Alright. So he started on fire, we might spot him. Doesn't look like it. If you get set on fire, your detectability is 10% higher. That should be all she wrote for this one.
Problem solved, sir.
Oh boy. Oh! Torp range is how far you can throw it. Yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, the only sensible play, let's say we were on this island right here. If there's a battleship or something coming right around the edge and you knew that, then you can get in close and torp them that way. If they're really aggressively, let's say you got in some smoke somehow and someone was aggressively pushing you, you could use them in that situation. But for the most part, you're not going to be using the torps much, if at all. Okay, so we got our tank in the back, of course, doing nothing. Is this guy even playing? I don't think this guy's playing. Where do we find these people? They're all on my team. More carry potential, the Russian cruiser or DD. I haven't played the Russian DDs as much, but I think the Russian cruisers are the strength of the nation. The battleships could be pretty good too. I haven't researched them as much, but the DDs on PC don't have the best reputation. The fact that we're actually winning games is what shocks me. Aside from this first one where we hard carried the entire thing, our team has just been shitting the bed nonstop. These are the people that were buying up all the toilet paper because they're just fucking constantly shitting their pants. Yeah, we could try a pod while we wait. How good's the hood's armor? It's pretty good if you can angle it. It's kind of like, it's similar to the War Spite or Queen Elizabeth, where if you want to sit, I don't say sit, but if you can get in like nose in, just fire the front half of your guns type of an angle, you're not going to be taking a lot of damage. But if you get flanked in those, they can melt you pretty easily. Team is making my usual teammates look good. Yeah, these are my usual teammates. I don't know why I got stuck with these people. Oh my god, what is this? This must be a new map. I thought there was only one map in this game. Alright, so we got one destroyer per side. Farragut. Decent. We'll see what we can do. We'll try and start off spotting. I don't want to get this island behind me, so I'm going to turn over here. Early on, I don't want to get too aggressive with this thing. What is wrong?
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
What we're primarily doing is looking at where they are spawning to try and deduce where the destroyer is. Right now we got two spotted here. They might have a cruiser or they might have the destroyer. In these matches where you only have one destroyer per team, if you can get rid of them, the enemy destroyer early, that's a big advantage. Now with these Russian destroyers, they're not as big as torp threats, but they can still do a lot of good spotting. Okay, so here's the third ship, or Omaha. So now we can say that the Benson probably, or the Farragut spawned in the middle, most likely. He's down there, regardless. Alright, so once this thing's not blocking our exit, then we can start shooting a little bit. Is this guy playing?
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
If you're constantly asking yourself, is this guy even playing the game? Then you got my teammates. The heck is this map? Yeah, I don't know. It's bizarre. Doesn't look like neighbors. This guy we could actually probably torp rush. I mean, the Omaha's preventing that play, I think, but we might try it. It's kind of a low-tier fuck-off game.
Engine boost activated.
I just want to see how long it takes him to mentally become aware that we're trying to kill him. He is turning towards us, which is good. I mean, it's a good play for him, but it's reducing the firepower that he has to offer. I think we have 2 launchers, it looks like, so we do have to hit these. That sucks. It's a good job from the Bayern moving up, because he could probably kill us now. Why did I... Holy fuck, how did I miss all those torps? That's a suicide rush. That was unbelievable that I missed those. I waited till he turned broadside. Apparently I shot too far forward. I wish I would have actually watched that spread. That was fucking embarrassing. Again, that's a play you can legitimately make that play if this thing's doesn't have a lot of close range support like that. This guy was behind the island, so I thought I could maybe get away with it. I was primarily worried about the Omaha kind of rushing me. But then this guy pulled forward and obviously blew me out of the water pretty quickly, so... That's how to not play that ship 101. Got second place by doing nothing but spotting. Yeah, I mean, that's... I don't know how many points you get for spotting, but you do get points. It would probably encourage people to spot a lot more if they made a ribbon for it. I think their concern is visually they don't want it to get too cluttered up there with all the ribbons, but I'll take a little bit more clutter to get teammates to actually understand that spotting is helpful. Had super bad luck with your teammates today. I've had the bad luck with the teammates for at least a month. Set a smoke screen. I mean, at that range, the problem is you're getting proxy spotted. That was a very sloppy Oh my god. It was a sloppy play to begin with, but I thought, again, the Bayern wasn't going to be able to support like he did, but that's why you can't. If you push in, even in a regular destroyer, if you push in and your enemy counterpart destroyer spots you, if their ships are closer to you, the support ships, than your support ships are to you, you're going to lose that most often because it's not just a 1v1 destroyer fight. It's the destroyer plus the destroyer versus destroyer plus whatever ships can reasonably support him. Alright, so we have no destroyers this game, which makes it a little interesting. Tier 6. I've never seen the same map pop up as often as this one has. Yeah, I figured you were joking, but I thought I'd explain it just in the off chance you weren't. Been real bad team since the update. I mean, if there's a lot of new players, that's a good thing. I mean, we want as many players as possible. And this game, unfortunately, takes a long time to get competent. Especially if you're not doing research into how to be better. Like, there's players that probably play 3,000 games before they realize getting shot in the side is worse than getting shot in the front of the ship, you know? Whew. Alright, so we kind of use this island to disengage. Oops. Kind of sucks if you're aimed in on the guy and zoomed in and then he disappears, your aim will jump up like an inch sometimes. Wish you could support me. Oh, are you in the game again? It is what it is. I mean, the other problem with getting mad at your teammates is I have one perspective out of 9, so I can see what I need in terms of help from my team, but they're just as often probably yelling at me, being like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You know? It's hard to put yourself in the position. Like, I can see the ships on the map, I can see there's these guys here, I can see there's these guys here. I don't really know what's happening to them, though, even by checking the map as often as I do. It's just it's part of the game. I kind of enjoy it, just getting pissed off at your team. Emphasis on kinda. I mean, it is frustrating as hell. But occasionally you do get good teammates that work together, or just play well enough to win the game. Come on. Yeah. My God, you don't want to die, do you? This guy's not going down without a fight. What the fuck, man? There we go. A lot of juicy superstructure on these Americans' battleships. Yeah, let's shoot it. Usually just by being behind your teammates like this, like... This guy, if he's gonna choose between shooting me or him, he's probably gonna shoot this guy just because he's closer. You can kind of recognize that and use your team as meat shields. That's kind of one way to counter your bad team's play, is just use them in kind of a nefarious manner. Sacrifice your teammates for your own good. Seems cold, but it's just the fact of the matter. Oh. Lost our back gun temporarily due to angling. Why is this guy rushing, dude? If he can ram a full or a relatively high health Queen Elizabeth, I guess that's a good trade. Wouldn't be the play I would have made, but... Alright, so we're overloaded. They're not even on C, the side that they're overloading. They're not capping. No, I'm not supporting the target. Capture C. I don't... This fucking comm wheel is a joke, man. You can't even issue the commands. Like, they have a 4 ship to 2 advantage over there. And they're not even capturing the base. But we're getting surrounded by battleships now. This is a bit of an issue. Like, why are they not on C? If they're just gonna sit there doing nothing, just sit there on C and do nothing. Alright. We better get A. Denied! I'm just gonna sit here buffing my Dewey while we do nothing. Go fuck yourself, asshole. Cross-platform prevents comms. Yeah. That'll probably be fixed. I think, from what I understand, that's a Sony Xbox type of a deal. Like, they kind of need to be involved in changing that. Denied! I wish the comms had commands like, do something useful. Then they could be like, denied! Alright, I don't want to be broadside all these guys. Trying to get this guy dead before he disengaged, but I was going to have to die to do it. It's just not a good play. We'll let him disengage. He'll be able to heal, unfortunately, but... Jesus. Arizona, hardly know. Now they're finally getting C after 9 minutes of having an advantage over there. Beach! Thought he had clearance. Alright, so he did heal a little damage, but not enough. Come on. What a bunch of scrubs. They haven't moved an inch over there. What the fuck are they doing? It's like, you put in all this effort to slow these guys down, kill them potentially, you know, keep this game in play, and they don't do anything. I just don't understand it. Like, where did we fail them as a society? Was it in the schools? Should be a kill shot. That Arizona's really beating the crap out of me. The Ganaisna, of course, if he hits us, will wreck us, but it's a lot harder for him to hit us than vice versa. Alright. Should have a decent score with all the resets at least. Denied! Pretty sure that guy is going down. So then we got 4. If they're smart enough to get on B, let's just see what the fuck's going on here. We got a almost full health Queen Elizabeth doing God knows what. I want to know what the last time it was this guy shot. I'm guessing 7 minutes ago. Colorado, let's take the slowest fucking battleship at the tier and move it on the extreme far end of the map when what we need to do is capture and hold B to win the game. You get an F for your effort. This is a failing game right there. Horrible fucking effort. Pensacola, what are you doing? You're capturing. Good job. Bayern. Alright. I mean, they killed these cruisers that were lingering. That's fine. But this guy, if you're playing an American battleship like this, you gotta be 5 steps ahead in your mind. Even if this guy, let's see if he killed them all. Maybe he did. He got 3 of them. So he's like, yes, I killed all those guys. Why the fuck couldn't you have killed all of them 10 kilometers that way? They're still in your firing range. And now you can be shooting that Ganaisna over there. You can be capturing B. You can be doing... This guy's out of the game for the next 3.5 minutes till it's over. Battleships on the white line, not a good play in general. Slow-ass battleships on the white line, not a good play ever. What's your vector? What do we got, airplane going on here? Might be virus invasion. I think they got some brain disease running rampant. T-salt. I mean, what do you want me to do, man? It does get frustrating when you put all this mental effort into like carrying these games or doing your job. Just trying. All I'm trying to do there is slow down that push, hold that cap, and I did what I'm trying to do there. And then you look up on the map, and these guys are 10 minutes away from being useful. What do we got? That should be about a 4 or 5K. So we got about 30,000 left. Getting close. How do we try something? Why don't you guys give me a list of ships you want to see now, and then next time we get deleted early, we'll try one of those. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Mike's another one with Gurren as the icon. So anyone with Gurren's been a member for over 6 months. I guess if I was going to wait, we should have just waited in the game. Let's try out Hocknick while we're waiting. So this ship, I actually think Gurren was probably the better choice, just due to how good the AP is on it. That's why you never run the rank patch or early adapter. Yeah. I don't know if they gave it to us yet or they're about to, but they're giving us like a community contributor patch. I'm like, thanks for the effort, but there's no way I'm putting that shit on my ship, you know. I get focused enough as it is. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so every time we play the Budioni, we play neighbors, and every time we play a destroyer, we get Archipelago or whatever this is, Ring. What is going on today? That's why you quit playing ranked. Yeah, it's just ranked. The problem I have with ranked is it's like if I die in the first 5 minutes, it's a loss because I have no confidence in the team winning the game that I'm dead in. I'm actually gonna go support A. Usually, what you want to do is these guys are all going to go where they spawn. No, this guy's defying it. But usually, whatever direction they're spawning in, they'll just go straight forward. Oh. Turn that off. Robin, thanks for subbing to the channel. There we go. It's like, what the hell's that noise? It scared me. Shermanator, what's happening? You know your wish, Sternberger Marblehead? I don't know if I'm in the mood for the Nuremberg. I don't know why you like that ship so much. You maybe bust out the Marblehead. Alright, what do we got here? Kamikaze and Gnevi. Alright, so we're conceding A apparently. Now here's the deal where I can, if it's the Kamikaze, he'll outspot me by about 1.5 kilometers, 2 kilometers, whatever it is. If it's the Russian DD, I can maybe spot him and get my team to support. But I don't want to push too far forward because we know there's a DD in here. That's what I was talking about earlier. So if the DD spots me, which he does, now he's got all these ships back here that can shoot me. And I can't get close enough to that destroyer to counter spot him. Must be the Kamikaze. Oh, there he is. Whew. I forgot what ship I was in for a second. Oh, mama. Ah!
Hold below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Let's see if those torps catch that guy. Well, that just really fucked this game. Now I can't be aggressive. I got both of them over here. This is interesting.
Reporting the position of a strategic target.
So let's shoot a full health battleship or a half health battleship or the destroyer. What do you think is the better play? There we go. These are some wicked salvos, man. Every time you hit that thing, it's like 1/4 of his health. Doesn't have the Monarch yet? No, not quite yet. Probably have it within the next week or so. But yeah, now we're a one-shot to even secondaries, so fortunately taking that wicked damage early just kind of crippled our ability to do anything. Got Simo subscribing. Thanks for subbing, guys. Welcome to the channel. These guys are really afraid. So, in case you're unfamiliar, if you get in a game with all these little circles on the map, this is called domination. And you actually want to capture the objectives, not just sit in one. And you can look at me and be like, fuck you, you're doing the exact same thing. But I can push forward here and get shot at any moment, you know, whenever I get bored with this game, which is happening very rapidly. But these guys that can't be one shot by anything in the game, I don't know why they're all grouping up in the back of the map. Whatever. Nope, never dead.
Smoke generator started.
Yevy. Ah, God, what a fucking match that was. Turns like the Iowa, yeah, that's... It's a beast of a boat. Best sausage in Europe comes from... Alright, what are we doing here? Yeah, we're getting pretty close. 20,000. So we actually might get it relatively soon here. They won! My God. Yeah, this guy got a good score for killing those ships. I'm not trying to rip on him for that. It's just You cannot get those American slow ass battleships on the wings of the map like that. It's just way too problematic getting back into it. Yeah, I bet you we probably. Does it say we won on the score? Time expired. We won on points. Yeah, so I think whoever got B probably won that game for us because they were so heavily dedicated to the western side of the map, and the Arizona guys now couldn't get back. And then we were so dedicated to the east. And luckily for us, we had more points, so they couldn't shoot each other and kill each other and throw the game that way. Yeah. It's been something out here today. Rage quit. Yeah, it happens. I don't normally rage quit. I just normally decide that I don't want to frustrate myself for the remainder of the night by dealing with this shit. Milwaukee. We could bust that one out. That's kind of I got one of my Iwakis set up with the Atago commander. Alright. Who notices what's going on here? I don't think we've played a goddamn match in the Bunyoni that hasn't been in Neighbors today, has it? Have we? Comrades are too passive. It's a fine balance. I mean, a lot of times the teammates will hurt you because they're too aggressive, and a lot of times they hurt you because they sit in the back doing nothing. This guy needs help. What do you need help with? Why? What do you need help with? What's happening to you? Use your words. Turns out he doesn't need help. He hasn't been shot at. I think he's just crying out for attention. Yeah, should pay attention, I suppose. That'd be a juicy one to take out. We gotta keep an eye on him. Getting that Fubuki dead would be real nice. Shoot the fucking destroyer, guys. God. What's wrong with these people? So he's crying for help, but he won't help himself. It's Cal. Greetings from San Diego. Keep the salt coming. San Diego, I absolutely love that place. Two of my really good friends live there. I was thinking about moving there a few years back, but I didn't have a job at the time, and so I was kind of looking for a job first. But it's very hard to get people to consider you for a job if you don't actually live there. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Thank you very much. Alright. Looks like we got clearance of all 3 turrets. That's nice. He will briefly spot me, but since I'm slowing down here... Now he's attempting to go forward, so he's going to try and keep me spotted. Whether he's trying to deal with me or not, I don't know, but... That's the effect of what he's trying to do. Alright, so the Fubuki's way over there. Now just taking those shots on him early, that just kind of... You can see how we reacted taking those shots early last game. That's the right play. They kind of have to disengage and play a little bit more passively, so... Even if you can't kill those destroyers right off the bat, it still goes a long way to help you. If you can damage them.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Oh, baby. Is he slowing or? Looks like he's wising up and getting out of there. So I'm primarily worried about this thing coming around here. Once he gets that broadside, he's going to be a major problem. But we got these guys blocked by the islands for the most part. If you can keep it to one ship shooting, or having the ability to shoot at you at any time, that goes a long way. Go. Getting a lot of points from these resets. Look at the fucking ship count again. What is going on? Yeah, these guys aren't hurting us by being too passive. I was just about to switch to AP, but now he's low enough that I think we can kill him with the next salvo. If we can hit him. This thing's still... So now what I can do is I can keep shooting, or I can get on A and try and capture that. I think I got enough concealment room to get A flipped. Might be the right play. If we got a shot at this thing, though, we got to kill it.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Oh. Another kamikaze. So this guy probably doesn't know we have radar, so we should be able to blow him out of the water.
Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes astern.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's infected the team, but something's got a hold of them. That's all you can do, though. I mean, every single game we've done on our ship's HP and damage at least.
Torpedoes direct.
That was foolish.
Torpedoes direct front.
Hello, governor. How's your fucking concealment build working for you now, bitch? Oh, yeah.
Dead ahead. We
Turn off of those little fishies.
torpedoes dead ahead.
And he's got a decent smoke, long enough to cover us to get this cap flipped. And we can actually maybe get in there and use it to fire as well. I don't see any planes. We could probably fire it now. Oop. Primarily, you gotta focus on the capping, though. We don't want to not. We don't want to get reset. We don't want to not capture this. If we want to have any chance in hell, we need the score going up in our favor. I wish that Lago would pop back up so we could get him off the board. There he is. Fire should kill him. That Stylo coming in hot. Thank you very much, Stylo. Appreciate that. Oh, they do they? They always depend on me, it seems like. Just get him off here. He'll burn to death, I think, but... There we go. Thank you, Stylo. Appreciate that. And since we're going to have to play pretty defensively here... Well, the problem is they got B now. So... I want to turn towards them. This island's... I don't think I can get around it. These things have really bad turns. Turn radiuses. Turns? Panic Smoke did save my ass. Well, I mean, had it not existed, I would have just been forced to not shoot there. But using smokes from your teammates, enemies, if you can kill those enemy destroyers and then use their smokes, that's always a good play. Kind of scavenge those smokes. Is this ship not worth it using camo? I only use camo on my tier 7s. It's because I don't want to use them all up. I gotta hoard them and have at least 1,000 of each. But like in general, I don't really spec these for concealment. Do I have toilet paper? I should be good for a few weeks. Probably over a month. It's like the one thing. I don't know why everyone's so concerned about toilet paper. It's not really what they need. Alright, so we're probably getting spotted by that cruiser. There he is. DeGrasse. Alright. So if it was a 1v1, I could take this guy no problem. But he should have whatever that battleship is over there. But nose in on a DeGrasse. He can't... He's shooting HE so he can damage me, but... We're protected from his AP.
The ship is on fire.
Might have to kill that Leander here.
Problem solved, sir.
Whew. Settle down there, Chief. I don't know why this guy's not damage counting. Oh. Come on. I think his superstructure might be saturated. Oh, now he's turning. Should be dead from his torps, we'll see.
The ship is on fire.
I want the Kraken.
Direct front. Problem solved, sir.
Holy shit, you gotta hit a shot if you want to crack it. Oh my god! You can do it. You're screwed no matter what. I mean, that game... I feel like I theoretically could have won that. If we had hit a Citadel on that Leander, you could have gone down. The Kirov gave us broadside there. There would have been a lot of things had to happen for that to go right. Alright, so we had two players that were trying, and then the rest of these guys were just buffing their Deweys. We almost got the top score in the game. Which is pretty good. I mean, how you calculate your XP had you won, you add 50%. So that's a 3,000 point game. Not bad. Alright, what do we get there? 14 left. Yeah, we might take a look at the shores here if we get a little lucky. If our team would win, it would make it a lot easier. Yeah, the Budioni is a damn good ship, if you haven't noticed. It'd be amazing if you got a team that could stay alive for 5 minutes. That would have been epic. Yeah, that would have been... But, I mean, if you notice, angled in like that, we were really minimizing the damage. The Budioni, I feel like, has pretty good armor, at least on the sides of the ship, so... Or the hull of the ship, so... Had those guys been shooting AP, those would all been bounces. What is this here? Trident. Interesting. Real stinker of a team.
Battle starts.
Yeah, that seems to be the theme today, doesn't it? Yeah, we got one Fubuki we gotta get rid of. A lot of cruisers, only one battleship. So killing the battleship is kind of almost as valuable as killing the destroyers in these types of setups. And this ship, if we're able to get some sustained fire, we can definitely do that. Oops. Why did that guy have AP loaded? Why did I have AP loaded? Same reason, probably. Oh god, we're getting crossfired already. Where is their battleship? Look at these guys. It's possible they got the potatoes this round. Oh.
Reporting the position of a strategic target.
I'm gonna try and angle in. We got a lot of guys that can shoot us, which sucks. I don't want to turn in right now, but killing this Fubuki would go a long ways.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Okay. You almost got a double strike on those two cruisers.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to stern. The ship is on fire.
Alright. Looks like we're
The enemy team is taking
conceding all the objectives again.
my thunder.
That's a little wonky. Sometimes if you lock in, right, I think there's a bug where if you lock in on the target, sometimes it doesn't actually lock in terms of your movement.
Enemy is about to win.
Enemy's about to win. It's not even 3 minutes into the game.
My thunder.
So that begs the question, how are they about to win? Damn. Is he stopping or not? Oh yeah, let's hit him. There we go. Better do something, man. This isn't working out for you.
The ship is on fire.
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Problem solved, sir.
Shoot the target. There you go.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
We got like 10 guys. This is when that Ingenious would come in handy, just to see how many guys are targeting us. I think it's about 5 or 6 right now. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, 4 ships gone, yeah. Absolutely remarkable. Let's say the battleship one-shot one of them. We'll give them the benefit of that doubt. So, here what you gotta realize, it's too bad this guy's so low, because once their battleship's gone, if you got a really heavy cruiser game, the battleship is kind of the main threat. That's a loss. I mean, aside from that Hocknick game, which was a disaster, I don't think we've really played a game that was below our HP and damage, which is the baseline that you want to get. And I don't think we've played a game. There was one early where I was kind of out of position. That trap game, if you remember that one, we weren't able to shoot for the first 3 or 4 minutes. That was not a good game because of that. Other than that, I'm not really taking a lot of credits from these losses. You guys can disagree with me if you want. These teams are melting. Yeah, it's like AI, man, where they rush each other and try and ram each other right off the bat. Except for we're not getting the kills on their team by ramming them. Maybe that's what we need to do. Strap in George Dewey. Load up a ship full of dynamite. Start ramming people. Okay, what do we got here? 2 John Barts, 2 Iowas, Richelieu. Those are all ships that hate the Kutuzov. They have 2 Kutuzovs. We have 2 Kutuzovs. What the fuck? People are busting out the credit card, I guess. Can you carry a team with the RU? It's a little different. The Japanese, you can really do well open water, kind of dodging. Like, if we're comparing, I don't know. I mean, the Russians are pretty damn good. But the Japanese in general, if you angle them, they're sturdier. And they're much more maneuverable. Which both of those go a long way when you're trying to carry against 3 or 4 ships. This guy's playing the far wing. Okay, so we're already down a ship. Assuming their team isn't really bad and send their fleet that way as well. Guy's sitting still. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. So in my mind, I'm trying to evaluate how long is this guy going to be alive to spot me. He's trying to go behind here, so popping a smoke right now might be a waste. You should back up. I mean, I'm fine sitting here, quote unquote, doing nothing, because what we trying to prevent is their overload side from pushing in aggressively. They have 6 ships to the north of us. We have 3 to defend against them. Our team, of course, is overloading the west, which is worthless. But in these situations, especially with this guy taking himself out of the game, he's got a Kutuzov. We'll see how he fares 1v1 against that ship, but... And the eye was bugging out. So we're essentially holding off 6 ships from pushing in. So we're going to die. That's a given. But if we can slow them down... Yeah, this isn't going to work.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Oh, lordy. I don't know what spotted me. Might... I feel like if I stop shooting, I should be able to disengage here. We're going to have to give that a whirl. So now they're wising up. They're pushing in a little bit. This guy's still irrelevant. 3 minutes in the game. He hasn't seen anyone yet. So they're not even overloading the west. They're overloading the base. This is just... fascinating to witness.
Neptune's beard.
I mean, they have a 6 ship to 3 advantage over there. They sent 1 over, so they got 6 ships to 4, and they're pissing their pants in the back. Just terrorized. Absolutely terrorized. Road King, what's up? Thanks, man. What's up is we're dealing with, you've heard of the Irish potato famine. This is the opposite. This is the potato gluttony today. Yeah, it should kill us. Let's see if these guys can aim. Yeah, pretty damn close. So now they're doing what they should have done 4 minutes ago, and they're pushing in, which is... It would have been nice if we had guys to spot. We could have used our smokes. Those guys actually might be spotting now. So it's going to trade off on these two. Keep setting them on fire. Moving in. Schomburg backing up, okay.
Screen set.
So he should damage Khan. There he goes. Look at this little guy. Let's get the AP. I think we can AP the superstructure from this distance pretty reliably. Let's see if it works. Oh, god damn it. Damn it.
All stations.
He just shot, so we got a little bit of clearance until we can back up.
Concentrate fire on the target.
There you go. That's 8 to 9 K damage. If you can get that every 5 seconds, this thing would melt. It's not the easiest shot, but if we had some spotting, that would go a long ways.
Concentrate fire on the target.
You need help with what? Smokes. I don't know what is wrong with these guys. Most of these guys haven't moved more than an inch the entire game.
All stations. Reporting the position of a strategic target.
What to do? The one problem with the smokes in this is a very long cooldown.
Torpedoes, direct front. Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Alright. So I'm not in the hurry to do anything right now. We're primarily waiting for that smoke to reload. I'm low enough health that we're going to run into a lot of problems getting shot. If that Iowa would not push into him, let this guy come around, then we could all just hit him in the broadside. Shit. There he goes. And even worse, now because this guy's so close to him, he's angling towards him. It's just like everything that could go wrong. Now he's broadside again. This is hilarious. Oops. Should have seen that coming. 5K in the nose, that's not too bad. 5K, alright. Dead. Damn it! Should have waited till he was dead before I used the damage con. It's a lot of damage. Am I a super tester? No. They actually... Tactic Angel was, and then they added him to the community contributors. They didn't force him to quit that, but they asked him if he would be willing to. They don't want us... The super testers know what's coming, and they don't want us telling everyone ahead of time, so... Buffer crop of potatoes. It's remarkable. This is... You know, not exactly a monster game in the ship, but the problem is I want to smoke here and bomb on these guys, and we can get another 80k damage, but we have no spotters, I don't believe.
Smoke generator started.
Let's see if we survive or not. They could be on a smoke fire penalty for their detection. Whoops. So it's possible. As long as they keep shooting, we might be able to keep them spotted. Yeah, I'm the one spotting these guys, so. These guys are just worthless. Look at this guy. Holy fuck. You would not believe it if I told you. You have to see this shit. Hey Mark, how you doing? This guy is mostly still... I should have been going a little bit. You gotta be full speed when you get the smoke. When the smoke ends. We'll drop spot briefly, but we've been pissing this guy off. I guarantee he wants to shoot us. Just gonna put these here in case he speeds up. Damn it! So you got 160 on a game with no support. You can imagine what this thing can do if your team actually spots for you. Squeezing your... Not a problem, Steven. Thanks for... Or Stefan, thanks for hanging. You'll be gone in about an hour. Alright. Teammate in the back. I mean, I cannot imagine what's going through this guy's mind. I can't imagine what he's... If he's... Oh, we got the Witherer. Nice. And we got 170. Damn. Must have had a double fire in the Iowa. I think what he's trying to do is use this island to protect his left flank, which I can't blame him for that, but you gotta be able to shoot. It might have looked worse than what it actually is, just glancing backwards, but I felt like when we saw him, he had no one to shoot, and he probably hadn't for a while. I kind of want to see what the score on this game ends up being. Kutuzov versus Tago. I mean, they're different. They're not... the Kutuzov, my average damage is way higher. I'll tell you that. I mean, this game when I was playing it didn't even seem that great, and we got 173. But that could have very easily been a 200 game had someone on that right-hand side spotted early. Very easily could have been 200. That could have been way higher than 200. Fucking Founders Edition playing in the back like that. Jean Bart reversing towards the border. I mean, he's technically using this island for support, but we'll just wait till he dies in the next minute here and check our teammates' performances. We're taking a lot of losses today, which is remarkable. You got a cruiser doing 173 and you can't win that game. You fucked up. He could use AP on here. I'm trying to determine why he's got HE. He could have hit that Iowa AP. You can take the John Bart's guns out. He's still shooting HE. I mean, it's an angled target. You could take that Kutuzov. I'd shoot him. Or try and hit these turrets. You can knock them out. Not a lot he can do at that point, obviously, but... absolutely remarkable. What the fuck? Alright, so Mayoko playing the wing early on. Was that a good play or not? Doesn't look like it. Iowa, God knows what he was doing. Akatsuki probably killed himself 2 minutes in. Kutuzov got blasted. Yeah, this is if you can get everyone on over 1,000 on your team, that's a pretty... I'd be happy with that team right there. But they're always on the Reds. Alright, got 11k left. It's alright, Cal. People thumbs down all the time. I'm relatively certain there's a couple people that thumbs down every single video I put out. I've had ones where I posted and like 2 seconds in, someone thumbs down. So I know for a fact they didn't watch it. Which is fine. No skin off my nose. Okay, we're on the closed side above C. Mostly tier 5s. Tier 4 destroyers. Yeah, that could have been a hell of a game had we gotten a little bit of spotting.
Battle starts.
Yeah, add in 3-4 more fires, plus another 20k in base HE damage. Well over 200. Alright. Let's go ahead and start burning him down. I can use this ridge a little bit, I just gotta be careful. If you're playing this spot, you gotta mainly watch about these guys in the middle. A lot of crossfires on shards. Got to assume it's their destroyer over there that's spotting me. He might have gone over here and spotted from here, or he could be over here. There it is.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Ooh yeah. Whoop. So he's trying to suicide torp my Fuso. If this guy recognizes it, he'd get away from that guy. I can kill him as soon as he comes around here, no problem. What I can't do is cross over there because then this Warspite's gonna have a shot in the side. New Mexico potentially. It doesn't look like it, but Warspite might be busy. I'm not inclined to let this Fuso get nuked, but alright, he is going away from him, which is good. Again, the pod, he has no chance to torp him if he's moving away from him. And we know he's not on the cap because he's not capturing. So he's coming around trying to kill the Fuso. There he is. Get the radar going once these guns are ready. Where is he? Oh, he's over there.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
God.
High thunder.
Oh my god. So now, if I was him, or what I expect him to do, he's probably going to get on C, try and capture it. Unfortunately, we're getting spotted right now, so he knows I turned around. Had I been unspotted, this would have been a complete surprise to him, because on his map, last seen going that way.
All forces, capture that area. All stations, concentrate
Again, that depends on me not being spotted, though. So he can actually torp me here. This is fairly dangerous. I have to turn hard into him as soon as he comes around. Oh my god, dude. How do you miss that? Fuck, we're dead. Okay, that was a little hairy, but it worked. This guy missed from 2 feet away, man. You can't do that. I don't normally want to criticize people's aim too much just because that's something that just naturally gets better, so... Usually the worse you are at aiming, the newer you are, but... What's this you're thinking? We might actually win a game. Holy fuck.
Our victory is in sight.
Use this island right here. These things aren't nearly as glidey as the British cruisers, but still take a little while to stop. It's kind of nice when the enemy team gets your normal teammates. These shots, I think the American cruisers could hit a lot floatier in terms of their arcs. Should kill that guy. Here we go. Well, that score will be alright. We got the capture, we killed the destroyer. 6 fires. I mean, it's not going to be a barn burner of a score, but we played our side, we won it. You know, it's our team did plenty. So for once, they're not relying on one player to win the game for them. Let's see what's going on here.
Set a smoke screen.
Radar planes. I would definitely recommend the radar. I mean, having the only radar at tier 5 is very powerful. You still whiff shots. I mean, we all do. Aiming's not easy in this game, but there's some times where if I die, I watch my teammates' shots and I'm just like, holy fuck. I think half of it comes to do with them not locking onto the target. Yeah, it's 7,000 more. Any tips for this Svetlana? I mean, the ship sucks, so I did put a video up this week. I think it's got all the tips that I would recommend for that one. It's just load up the HE and try and stay alive. Set a smoke screen, yeah. Who knows what they're thinking. Yeah, what do I want to do? Kind of want to play the middle here, but these guys are all going to have crossfire shots. Let's just try the AP at this range. I want to just test it out here.
On Neptune's beard.
Neptune's beard. Yeah, That's pretty juicy, 5K. Another 3. That's worth shooting at. Don't ram me, dude. Gonna fuck both of us up. God damn it. That guy just got me killed. It's an interesting game in that your team is like often the bigger threat compared to the enemy team. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Thank God he's not looking at us. I'm not waiting for my guns to catch up though. If that guy looks at me, I'm dead. Shoot. Damn it. Take the resets. Oh my God. Oh, fuck that. How did that other one hit me? Alright, this one's not going well. Fuck. Ugh, I don't think playing the middle was the right call there. Game input. It's snowing. Yeah, with friends like these. Let's try another Kutuzov. I only got this ship for another 36 hours or so. Yeah, Call of Duty, I was big into that game from like Call of Duty 3, the World War II one, Modern Warfare. I think I played it through like Modern Warfare 2. And then one day it dawned on me that it was the same exact game. I keep buying the same game and then buying all the map packs and stuff like that. So I was like, I think I've played enough of that. Those torps. That was a good torp. I had no idea the destroyer was there. Alright, we had the same setup as last time. Let's see if these guys want to cooperate.
Battle starts.
Ideally, I'd like to be right about here so I could disengage behind this island if need be. But we'd have access. There's a group that spawns there, there's a group that spawns there, so we can shoot all those ships if they get spotted. The number of my games that end with fuck, yeah. Pretty much all of them. What I want to do is get some clearance from here, so if I do have to bug out, I'm not going to hit that island. But again, looking at the white ring compared to where we're spawned on our side and projecting into that side, we can hit all those 6 ships. Just need someone to spot them for us.
Get back.
Yes, get back. So it's unfortunate because he was spotting them and he's bugging out, so we're gonna... Shit. I want to smoke here and shoot, but I don't think we're going to maintain spotting. Unfortunately, we got to do it either way because we're getting shot at a lot. Yeah. As soon as that guy left, We lost all these. God damn it. It's the one downside of this ship is it's really dependent on the team spotting.
Smoke screen set.
So that's a wasted smoke. That's potentially 30, 50k damage that we're not getting. Nice shot. No destroyers, yeah. It's funny, I saw a post on Reddit today. It's like, every game is 5 destroyers per side. I'm like, I haven't seen that shit in months. Since the British cruisers came out. What a it's the same fucking play. These guys cannot bug out like this. Same map, or same exact scenario as last time we were on here. Now he's spotted again, but we've wasted a full minute of smoke. We could have killed the turrets. Now, am I asking this guy to just sit there? He could potentially sit there not even firing at spot. If he wanted to. But I'm not asking him to kill himself to spot for us. Oh, lordy. Yeah, that's a pretty strong ship we could have killed, though. Something shot from right here. Did you see that? Damn. Yeah, we got an angle. We're getting too much fire. Alright, minute and a half till we get the smoke. So this is how this map usually plays. The north side on the east pushes in. We're essentially doing what we're trying to do, which is slow that push. I would have liked to stay over here a little bit longer in terms of these 3 ships. Bugged out a little early for my taste. But this is how you should expect it to play. And then, of course, our team's overloading the west, which is inconsequential. And the reason, it's a lot easier for them to get on our base from their spawn than it is for our team to go all the way around the west and then all the way up north. It just takes a lot longer, so they have a big advantage. I don't even think we're going to make it till the next torp, or the next smoke. What you want to do, check the diagram, and you can see those front 2 guns aren't on, so there's no reason for me to open up my firing angle to get those guns. A lot of people would instinctively turn the ship to the right here to shoot that thing, but if your guns aren't in position to do it anyways, then there's no reason. Not a huge fan of the high tier meta this game has formed. I mean, in general, it's less frustrating for me. There's more players that know what they're doing at higher tiers. Here's a chop I have. I don't think I've actually seen one of those yet. I mean, low tiers is frustrating me because they'll just die within 3 minutes of the game starting. And so it's very hard to do anything in those situations. But the map, they haven't watched my fault line video. It's very obvious. I explain in that one, it's about a 25, 30-minute video. I explain how to play it, so that doesn't happen every single time. Why is the Budioni in battle if it just says we won the game? Oh, God. Seal Club on Saturday? Nah. It's tough to Seal Club when 90% of the players out there don't know what they're doing. Let's try, we haven't played Battleship. Let's try a Leon. Let's run him with Sea Lion. If you stayed longer, you would have been sunk already. Yeah, that's maybe. I mean, if we had those targets spotted and we're shooting at them, ships don't want to push into those HE spammers like that. So that'll just, the fact that you're putting the fire out there slows them down. And that's really what we're trying to do on that Sol spawn on the eastern side of that map. We're just trying to slow them down as much as possible. Eventually we're going to have to drift into the base like we did, but you'd want that to last 3 or 4 minutes longer. Give your team time to go all the way to the west, kill those 3 ships, and then maybe figure out that they have to turn around and defend the base. But in general, the north spawn on that map has a massive built-in advantage. There's just a lot of times they don't know that they do, and they don't capitalize on it. Well, that's exactly it, Rick. I mean, if you're frustrated with the ship sitting in the back doing nothing, those Russian cruisers are the counter. I mean, you can see especially since those guys all have accuracy builds. So you can absolutely melt those things. Weren't able to do it that game, unfortunately, but the Kutuzov, I mean, it's very, very hard to say it's not the strongest ship in the game, and it's probably not even close at this point. But again, you need people to spot for you. You can't waste those smokes. Like, we've had, the last 2 games we played it, we've had smokes that were completely unproductive. Let's try this guy. Shit. Alright, there's the first guy. Let's see if anyone will, what are these guys doing? God. This is very frustrating. Well,
We're hold below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
here he comes to finish the job. My God, what do we got? All 3 fucking... No, we got 2 destroyers.
Problem solved, sir.
If anyone's got a TV they don't need, I just broke mine. Golden showers, yeah. Oh my God. I want to ask the Maz, what were you doing? Because I have no idea what he was doing. Yeah, we need 5K, 4 or 7. Let's see if we can do this. Go spot for me, Danny. Chapa's better with 11 cam radar. Better than the Kutuzov? If that's the case, then look out. I don't think it has smokes though, right? I mean, those smokes go a long way. If you can get people to actually spot for you, which on Fault Line apparently isn't possible, but some maps people will spot. You get a minute and a half of that shit going off every 7 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever it is. You can kill everything.
Battle starts. All forces provide cover for that target.
Alright. What do we got here? Acosta, Guidey. Nothing too dangerous there.
All forces provide cover for that target.
Oh god. Whenever I see that HE coming in, it's just like, whew. Could have been way worse. Zoing! These guns, of course, aren't as punishing. Oh, Demon Lord. They're not as punishing as the Kutuzov, obviously, but not bad. This is a pretty damn good cruiser for a tier 5. Place your bets how this match will go wrong. There's way too many options. Looks like we can actually drop it over that cliff. Oops.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Alright. I'm fine just harassing these battleships for right now.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Ideally, I'd like the team to recognize that this guy is really the only support for that one. They can push that Guidey pretty damn aggressively. Oh god. Oh jeez. Should not have explained that right then. There we go. There he goes. Do I have the Kutuzov? Just temporarily. Yeah, we played it a few times today. I got a 205k damage video of it on my channel. We missed. Okay. Oop. Yeah, look at these deployments. I mean, we got all our team up there. And they got all their team down here. Here we go. Once we dodge that, I want to finish this guy off if possible.
Enemy battleship
Double!
destroyed.
Oh, shit. Not quite. And now half their team's dead 5 minutes in. One team or the other is going to have a dog shit team. That's a given. It's a lot more fun when it's the other team. What's your countered and competent teammates? And if you really want to play them properly, I was talking about it a little earlier, you can get behind them and use them as meat shields. Doesn't normally occur to me. I typically play solo, so I usually think about what I can do to help, but number one, you got to assume that everything they do is going to be the wrong decision, and then kind of play around them. Like, for instance, these guys right now are all my meat shield because they're all pushing into these guys. Now, my team's doing fine this match, but these guys' attention is not on me right now, so I'm kind of just using my team a little bit. But the potatoes all ended up on the enemy team this game, which is a nice change of pace. Is this guy even playing? He might be AFK. Might as well farm the XP off of him. Oh, he is moving. What the f... What are these guys doing? RU-3 cruiser? Yeah. Yeah, it's... Credits are always a major problem until you get all the ships unlocked, obviously. They never found that destroyer up there. He could actually be cycling back to the base. I should be careful about that. Not that we can lose, because our team's going to capture, but... You never know. Accuracy of the RU cruisers, yeah, it's... I mean, they're accurate to begin with, but then the nice flat firing arcs. The shells just get there very quickly. Alright, well... If one team's gonna die right off the bat, I'm glad it's not mine for a change. Go out and spot and look back. Yeah. That's kind of the key. If you're going to be spotting as a destroyer, you got to make sure people are able to use the information that you're producing for them. That was always kind of the dilemma in World of Tanks, for those of you that have played that. I like to play light tanks in that game a lot, but you'd get in a good scouting position, and then your tanks would just be sitting in the back doing nothing, and they can't shoot at what you're spotting for them, so it's kind of the same thing in this. Yeah, it looks like this guy's close enough to deal with. How does it compare to the Gras? Which one? This? I'd be pretty hard pressed to say this isn't the best tier 5 cruiser at this point. I mean, the IFHE perk on the commanders is really strong, so... Maybe if you were running Dimitri Dewey or something and didn't have that perk, they wouldn't be quite as good. He's trying to dodge. Use the lightning. Well, I'm hoping I got enough for the shores here. Let's see. 4-8. I think we got it. Demon Lord, he's from our Discord. Alright. Let's see what this old boy is all about here. So we got 4x3s, base range 14 km, reload 8, 12% fire chance. Torps fit 4 km, maneuverability pretty suspect, 12.4 on the rudder, 900 turning circle. Holy shit! Concealment 13.5. So yeah, this is I heard this one's good, but it's really susceptible to getting taken out really quickly. Ah, man. Let's see what the upgrades do. So the hull cuts down 3.5 on the turn radius. So that'd be about 8, 9, somewhere in that range. £100 extra. That's like a 2 or 3% boost. It's not horrible. Range. So the range would be 15.3. That's not counting Kuznetsov. So this is probably a high 16, 17 kilometer. Let's see what we got here. I'm tempted to put the steering gears. 9 seconds is pretty damn slow. But I'm going to start with prop mod, see how that runs. Then what do we got? Oh, we could put steering gears. Concealment would drop it down to what? 1.3. This will be right around 12. Something you got to notice though, incoming fire dispersion 5% on this thing. I think a lot of people forget about that. And at long range, that's going to come into play. Let's try it with this and see how it goes. 200,000 to the Chapev. Alright. Everyone should take a second to smash the like button. I love that. Great advice. Dojo do. Got our concealment to 10.5. Yeah. I haven't spec'd Macau on this build and I'm fine with it. These ships that have really, like this line, the German line. Now I do have concealment on my German line, but I kind of like the build. Rue I could get some more points into. That'd be about a 4% boost. That kind of counteracts this a little bit. I don't know. I mean, 10.5, that's not horrible concealment, but going against like an Atago or a Megami, they're still, if they got it spec for concealment, which they probably do, they're still going to be outspotting me by a couple of kilometers. I don't know. These ships, I'm just playing them as far back as possible. You know, in terms of the white firing ring, I want that pretty much on the edge of what I'm shooting at. You like the shores better in the Budioni on PC? Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think this is a ship that's... I don't think it had smoke. I didn't notice, but... That 900 turning circle, that's a little concerning. A lot of battleships. Oh, we got a plane. I wonder if I could change that. Not that I'm against the plane, but... I should have looked at that. Jean Bart, what a surprise. So they're not going to tank for me, they're going to sit as far back as possible. move forward, guys. I don't understand why is it so goddamn hard. So this first group spawns right about here. We should see him any second now. They're probably gonna spot me first. So I should be turning already. Interesting.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Yeah, you first. You got your guns loaded. Let's see how this thing works. Firing angles are pretty damn steep. God damn it. Get the plane up since we're about to die. Jesus.
Fighter airborne.
This fucking guy is shooting at me. I kind of doubt I'm the only one lit on my team. But maybe this is a really dangerous ship and they know they gotta get rid of it, I don't know. Yeah, that could be the dispersion that we had on that concealment build. This fucking Jean Bard's 2 feet from these guys and they're still shooting me. Oh, can't hit anything back here. You're the main target. I don't have radar loaded in though, don't they know that? Does this have radar? I should have checked my loadout a little bit better.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. Attention, support that target.
Alright. Motherfucker, I tell you. Louis Dewey, I like that one. Stylo say we got. Is it soda or radar? Can we even look? Yeah, so we can switch to. Oh, we do have a radar. Fuck. 9 kilometers. 15 seconds. That's pretty legit. No, 4.2 in this. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's apparently that ship you just can't get shot in. But that the turning circle, I don't know. We might have to spec that up for more dodgeability. Stream snipers, yeah, it's definitely possible. Stream snipers are just people that recognize me. Alright, well I better get rolling here and stock up for the apocalypse. I gotta get some stuff done before I have plans tonight, so... Great turnout again today, as we are growing accustomed to, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Appreciate that quite a bit. Thanks for the support. We got It's Cal, we had Stylo, Road King. Thank you very much for the donations. Appreciate that. Yeah, Budione, definitely strong. That Shores should be good once we get it upgraded a bit. And my headphones just died anyways, so good time to quit there, but maybe have time tomorrow to stream. Let's see. Possibly. Stay tuned. We'll see if we can stream tomorrow. Anyways, hope everyone has a great rest of the weekend and stay safe with the pandemic going around. Do what you can to keep yourself healthy. And we'll see you guys all later. All right, peace.